At this point in the process, I only had 48 hours to make my birthday dress. Yes, 48 hours. Let's see how this goes. Recently, I've been trying to pick up new sewing skills and just stuff I need to learn, and I bought a whole bunch of clips and took into account that I actually need to start ironing each piece before I start sewing them together. Not only because it'll look cleaner, but it'll just be easier to sew. And the difference with that method has been extraordinary. So I definitely, of course, you got to listen to the teacher as a student. So, that's something that I definitely did this time around. And the difference was great. The shoulder part, well, just the across part, it's on. It's on. Here it is on my mannequin. The rest is going to be made out of mohair yarn. As of right now, I have 24 hours until my birthday shoot. Let's see what we're about to do. Hello guys, so I decided to include the Sentro knitting machine tutorial in this video because I felt like the whole process is kind of relevant anyways, for what I'm doing. So first and foremost, of course, you're going to go ahead and assemble your knitting machine and put it on a hard surface. I have it on my rug because at this point I'm used to it. But I have 48 combs, as you can see here. It's the 48 combs. I believe there's one that has less. Once your machine is assembled and your machine is looking the way that my machine is looking, we can go ahead and get started on the process. What am I doing? The yarn that we are using today, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be the mohair yarn. I believe the knitting machine comes with some sample yarn, so you should go ahead and use that. But the mohair is small enough that it'll work with the machine. So this is what I'm using as per the tutorial. And because I need them to make my dress, okay? So let's get going. First things first, you have to decide which method you are doing. There's a method called the tube method and the panel method, as you can see with the T and the P. I currently have it on panel as of right now because that's the last mode that I was working with. We're going to start off with the tube method though because that is the easier one. So we're going to go ahead and flip the switch to the T. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lace up the machine. That is the first thing that you have to do before you even start chugging away with your machine. So we have my yarn here. First thing that I like to do is I like to grab some of the yarn and just pull a good amount just to have it hanging off. You don't want to start like at the very tip of where the yarn is. You want to give it some space. Another thing I quickly wanted to note is the tube method versus the panel method. The tube method, as you can see, you can go past the white tooth. I'm not sure when I pointed out, but yes, it's very fluid. You can go past the white tooth right there, which is the start and the end of each pattern that you do. So the tube method allows you to go front and forward and back as much as you want. The panel method has a different type of restriction. I'll make sure to show that restriction when we get to that part though. First things first, let's go ahead and lace up the machine. I'm going to put the strand under the white tooth. And as we go along, you are going to kind of do this in and out method with every other tooth. You're not going to do it with every single tooth because that is how you lace up the machine. So as you can see here, I put it under the white tooth. I'm going to skip the next tooth, and then I'm going to put it under the tooth after that. So it's going to be every other tooth. Now, as you start approaching the white tooth again, you should see that it actually matches up from the last tooth that you put it under, and then the white tooth is going to be the first tooth that you inserted, and also is going to be where the last insert is going to be. But you're not going to go ahead and put it under the white tooth again. This time you're going to put it into the yarn guide. As you see right here, it's the little pink tool, and then that's also where you're going to lead it through the tension. Now for the tension, I went ahead and used all 3 holes, but usually people only use the middle one. But since mine is a slimmer yarn, I just went ahead and used all 3 tensions. After that, you can just start chugging away. This is the easy part. This is why I also love the tube method. You just start, and then everything else is just chug, 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 chug from here. I wanted to stop at this part to show you that each time you complete a row, the row count is going to acknowledge that. That's also another thing that I love about the tube method. The panel method does not do that, at least with this machine, because it's the cheaper one. But the tube method, it does count your rows, so that's pretty handy to also remember the amount of rows that you need for other projects or other, matching arms like I'm going to do with this project. And we're back. I believe I did about 145, 150. I can't even remember. But as you can see, it got a lot longer, but it is definitely much longer than this. I just have not stretched it out yet. But yeah. If all that made sense, that is how you get your sleeves. That is how you get other stuff that you want to use for your projects. Who am I calling? But anywho. Okay, part 2 of the Sentro knitting machine tutorial. This time we are working on panel mode. Panel mode is not necessarily hard, it's just trickier. You definitely have to pay more attention in this mode, but it's something that you can quickly get the hang of as well. As I mentioned earlier, this mode has more restrictions. As you can see, when I get to the white tooth, I cannot go past that. And I'll show you why that is important to take account to a little later. But yeah, that you can't be as fluid as you can be with the tube method. I am now measuring out how long I need the panel to be, which ended up being useless because it actually wasn't even long enough, and I had to end up altering the design of my dress, which actually worked out in my favor. I liked that result better anyways, but at the moment I was measuring it out, and that's definitely something that you can do as well when you are lacing up your machine to the length that you like for your panel. Okay, like before, you're going to alternate in and out every other tooth until you get to your desired measured length. And yeah. I've gone to the end of my measurement, and this is the part where we insert the yarn into the yarn guide. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and add 2 more tooths worth of yarn because of the limitation that I mentioned earlier. Because you can't go past the white tooth, it is going to actually end up dropping some stitches automatically, like 2 tooths worth. So I'm going to add an extra 2 at the end to make up for that, and I'll show you why that is important. If you want to go ahead and do that to your project, I suggest that you do. Of course, if you already know what you're doing and you're just watching, girl, you know what to do. Now I'm going to go ahead and go backwards all the way until I hit the white tooth. You have to watch it though. I'll show a better angle a little later. I believe I recorded that. But you have to watch how fast you're going with the panel because it's so easy to drop stitch the ends if you do not pay attention to what you're doing. And I'll show you, what I mean by a drop stitch this part actually. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you cannot go past the white tooth. As you'll see here, when I hit the end, it's just like gonna stop. So, like I said, take account for an extra 2 tooths worth of yarn. I said teeth. Oh my goodness, where's my English? Now, because you cannot go past here, it is automatically going to drop stitch. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to clarify that now. Now, as you can see, it completely skips the first 2 combs there because we could not go past the white one. So it did not latch onto anything like it did right here. I'm gonna go ahead and help it out and remove that string that did not get intertwined. And you'll see that it pretty much starts at the tooth that it actually latches onto. I need you to watch this closely. At the end of each side of the panel, you have to make sure that there is tension before the tooth or the hook that pulls it down. That is very important. If you do not have that tension, it will drop stitch and your ends will be messed up. So make sure there's that tension. I'm going to show you again. We're going to get to the end here, and you see the last tooth that I'm playing with right here. You're going to make sure that it goes under that comb right there. You see the one that I'm touching? Make sure it goes under. So that way when you go back, there is tension and it will not miss the tooth that is going to hook the yarn. I'm going to show you right now. Now when you go back, you're going to see right there the tension right there. You need that. You see how the hook catches it, and then you can proceed to the other side. That is so important. I'm going to show you again on this side. Now, once again, you're going to provide tension for the tooth that's going to pull it down. Now, once we go backwards, you're going to see there is that tension that you need. And then watch, the tooth pulls it down, you caught it again, and now onto the other side. Be overwhelming at first, but you get the hang of it as you go about it, each time. Here I'm going to show you again, tension, catches, other side. That's pretty much just the extra, you got to take your time a little bit with this one, I'm not going to lie. Just make sure that at least you got the hang of it. Make sure that you catch the ends as needed, or else your ends will drop stitch, okay? And as you can see here's me doing that in a faster pace just to show you how important it is to make sure that you complete your panel. Another important thing I forgot to include in the tube one is how to, cast off. Oh my god, I did not show that. Casting off is how you get your work off of the machine. Now for casting off, you want to be careful. What you're gonna do first is chug some of the teeth past where the yarn guide is, as you can see. This will pretty much leave an open loop, and what you're going to do is you're going to get a needle and you're going to one by one work some yarn into the open loops. What I did is at the end of my panel, I just pulled some excess yarn, and from that, at the end, I tied a needle onto it, and then now I'm working the needle through the very ends of the like the panel. That way they all won't drop stitch, because if you have nothing that works through, if you have open holes, it's gonna drop stitch, you know, point blank period. So you have to work, you know, a new, I want to say, layer into the top of it so it will not drop stitch, and that's what I'm doing here. This is the same method for the tube. You cast off the same way. I'm not even sure why I didn't include that after the tube method, but I'm just now realizing that maybe I didn't record footage. But here's that. You see I'm pulling through the open loops. Then I'm gonna chug some more open loops, because I don't like to do it all at once. A lot of people suggest to do that. I feel like that leaves room to mess up. So then I chug some more open loops, as you see here, and I take my time and I insert the needles through and just work through to cast off. Now I've done my panel. It was super long. I thought it was going to be the correct measurement across the chest, but it ended up not being that, so I had to get creative, which actually ended up working out well in my opinion. But yeah, I'll show you some of that. But I really hope that this was an informative tutorial. I hope that I was a good teacher. Please, you know, rewind as much as you need, and I will see you guys the rest of the video.
New cutlery, because got these like 2 years ago, which isn't too long, but it's just that there's not very many of them anymore. I mean, there are still a lot, but we're definitely missing some. Good night. I wanted a whole bunch of stuff from this one store. They wrapped it up super nicely, but these were on sale, so you know I had to get them. Jeez, this lighting makes me on a shirt right now, and it is 11 p.m. and they just got changed out of pajamas into. What are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, I didn't get to see this cake. The DoorDash delivery guy delivered it, because like, what if he like, I don't know, fell on his like.
Oh, Miss Lyra, how do you know it?
I literally said, what if the DoorDash driver fell and just, I don't think he fell, but he definitely picked up the cake.
T minus, no, I'm joking. I'm not about to sound like that. God, I have about less than 2 hours until I have to leave for my birthday shoot. This is the finished result. I am more than happy. I mean, it's just, you know, just the fact that I came up with this concept and did all of that start to finish in 48 hours is just something. I really just surprised myself. Of course, as the perfectionist that I am, not everything is here. I did plan on having like a veil, but I don't have enough time to make that. But it is very okay. I ate. No one can tell me that I didn't, because this is just, yeah. And then it's not even like just the pressing that I did, and then the button detail in the back. I mean, I need to cut some thread though. Some stuff I need to cut. But it's just, I'm happy. I'm happy with the effort that I put into this dress. It's so me. It's just wow. I really, really, really love it. And yeah, now time to go shoot in my beauty. Yeah, I'll show it on probably at the shoot, but I'm probably gonna get a couple pictures of it on the mannequin for the sake of my own documentation. But yeah, this is it. I cannot believe I did it. I stayed up till 3 a.m. last night, guys. 3 a.m. And then I had shit to take care of today at like 10 a.m. So it's been a journey, but it turned out great. I'm super proud of myself. I don't know. I just, wow. Yeah, thank you, me, for keeping to your word. But yeah, this is great. Yeah, can't wait to put it on. I've already tried both pieces on and they fit, so that is great. And yeah, it looks like a dress, but I actually decided to make it a two-piece because I just love both the pieces separately. And I'm like, you know what? I could finesse it to make it look like a dress, but I'll keep it a two-piece because this top I absolutely love. Absolutely love. And so yeah, I'm like, I should be able to wear them separately. So yeah. All right, time to go beat the face for the shoots. Okay, apologize in advance that my lights keep flickering. I have no idea why it's doing that. All right. What I'm gonna do now, I'm about to do my skincare, get my face. I knew there was something off about this bottle. Wrong one. I'm gonna do skincare, get my face nice and moisturized. And then after that, I'm gonna do my makeup and I'll be good to go to head to the shoot. Ooh, we made it. We made it. Thank you, God. Thank you. Get the bonnet. I usually like to put I like to do that lately. And then actually let me let it sit. I'll let that sit and then I'll do like my Vaseline on top. Nowadays, I gets the job done. Right, I'm gonna use the Ordinary moisturizer because it's just super nice, like makeup wise. It just what is it? It's kind of not tacky because it's definitely not sticky, but there's a consistency to it. I put way too much. Oof. Nice and moisturized. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some rose seed oil as well, just to get it nice and moisturized. Got I'm really trying to like, because I also clean my brushes, so like this is about to be the beat of the century. I want to make sure my face is nice and prepped. You get what I'm saying? Looking shiny. And now I'm going to use, of course, SPF from Tula. A great moisturizer as well. Yeah. I like it. I would highly suggest using Tula. Anyways, I'm probably not going to record myself doing my makeup because honestly, I'm not doing any elaborate makeup look at all, to be honest. I'm just gonna do my usual for my birthday shoot, which I guess can be, it's kind of like, that's kind of doing the opposite of what I should be doing, but I don't know, for some reason my birthday shoots, I usually like to look the most like myself, but you know, who knows. Alright, face is nice and prepped. It's about to be a good ass beat. I'll see you when I have done my makeup. Hey girls, I just got done putting on my clothes, doing my makeup, all of that actually. This is the final look. See how I did the red eyebrows go with the hair? I'm feeling it. 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 The only thing I have left to do, and then I have to dip like immediately. I really have to go. Is I love how everything came out. I'm so proud of myself. Like even my outfit is so freaking cute. And it's like, bro, I did that in under 48 hours. I don't even know, man. I'm so grateful. That's all I have to say, to be honest. I'm very grateful. Just for trusting myself, pushing myself. You know, I'm grateful for E. You'll see him in a little bit, for doing this for me. Like, this is just such an experience. And you're so dope for just, you know, just doing this. So E, whenever you watch this, because he said he watches my vlogs, and big shout out to you. Vlogs or videos, whatever it is, you know, big shout out, because you're very supportive. Just doing this for me, like, thank you, you know, it means a lot. I really, 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 really do appreciate it, like, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for what you're about to do for me. Okay, I need to leave like right now. I don't even think I'll have time to like put on my nails, which is fine. I think I'll just put them on at the actual place, because you know they're gonna get in the way of my driving and everything anyways, so might as well you know, yeah, might as well. But I hope, well, it will go well. It will go well, period. Is my highest on? Okay, it was. It's not flickering for the first time in forever. Can you imagine? I thought I was about to jinx it, but yeah, it's not flickering. I feel so cute with this bob on, guys. You can't tell me nothing. Anyways, I need to go for real. I need to go for real. And I'll see you guys at the shoot.
Get off. Which one? All right. You want to do the angle, right? Yeah. All right. Come on.
Catch up on the AR, how you did that? Track out, lift up when you take off, how you did that? You put switches up on your blickers, how you did that? Your LV better. Holding on to the line. I'm going to how you did that? You got face stones and over watch you, how you did that? You hit some skeletons in your closet, why you did that? How you yelling slash, how I kill a cat? Yeah, hopping around in the two-tone make back pillows in the back. Too many vibes in the police, AK, someone gon' get wet. How you gon' get me when you still on me? How you gon' do that? Snatch a Ruger bag, give a nigga yak attack. I get my shooter whack, meat and cheese and that's the rat.
Hey guys, I'm just now leaving the shoot. Woo! I cannot. Woo! Baby, we snapped. Oh, bitch. This shoot went better than I expected. Way better than I expected. Like, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. But like, wow, I really feel like I'm gonna love this, like, these pictures. I'm gonna love every single, like, one of them. Like, I cannot wait. That was meant for me. That was even better for me. It is pretty, you know, spacious. Its attention now.